A and B are two events of an experiment. The probability of A union B complement is 0.39. The probability of A intersection B is 0.1. And the probability of B less A is 2 times the probability of A less B. Find the probability of B. So it's much easier to draw a Venn diagram to do this. So this is set A and this is set B, and notice that they are intersecting. So the intersection, we're going to put 0.1, and somewhere inside the rectangle, just so long as it's not inside either of the two sets, we're going to put 0.39. So this is the complement of A union B. We're going to let X be the probability of A less B. So you can go with whatever letters you want. I've gone with X. Then the probability of B less A will be 2X. And I got that from this statement here. The probability of B less A is equal to twice the probability of A less B. So from the Venn diagram, the probability of the sample space is equal to 1. And that's really important. Everything inside of this rectangle must add up to 1. Probabilities should always add up to 1. So X plus 0.1 plus 2X plus 0.39 should all add to 1. And then we just solve for X. X plus 2X is 3X. On the right hand side we have 1. We're going to bring over 0.39, that becomes minus 0.39. And we're going to bring over 0.1, that becomes minus 0.1. So we end up with 1 minus 0.49, which is 0.51. And dividing across by 3, we get X is equal to 0.17. And remember that X is actually A less B, so this is 0.17 here. Then the probability of B is equal to the probability of A intersection B plus the probability of B less A. So the probability of B, so this set here, is the intersection and B less A. So this is the intersection, this is B less A, and the two of them together give us set B. So the probability of B is going to be the probability of A intersection B plus the probability of B less A. So the probability of A intersection B is 0.1. We got that from the question. We had already filled it into our diagram. And the probability of B less A is 2X. And we know that X is 0.17. So 0.17 multiplied by 2, adding on the 0.1 gives us 0.44. So the probability of B is 0.44. And that's what we were asked to find. Question 6. A and B are two events of an experiment. The probability of A union B is 0.7. The probability of B is 4 times the probability of A, and the probability of A less B is twice the probability of A intersection B. Calculate the probability of B less A. So again, going to draw a Venn diagram. So this is set A, and it intersects with set B. So I'm going to let the intersection be X. You can go with whatever letters you want, but I've decided to let it be X. So let P, so probability of A intersection B be X. Then the probability of A less B is going to be 2X. So this section here is A less B, so this is going to be 2X. Because this statement says the probability of A less B is twice the probability of A intersection B. So 2X, that's where the 2X comes from. So if the intersection is X, then twice the intersection is twice X, which is 2X. We're going to let the probability of B less A be equal to Y. So if this is set B, then B less A is all this section here. So this is going to be Y. Again, you can pick whatever letters you want, so long as it's not X if you've already used X. So the probability of B less A is Y, and that's what we're actually trying to calculate. So the question said the probability of B is equal to 4 times the probability of A. So the probability of B is equal to 4 times the probability of A. The probability of B, so everything that's inside of set B, so you've got X and Y, so we're going to add them together. And then 4 times the probability of A, so everything inside of set A, we've got 2X and 1X, and we've got a 4 in front, so it's 4 multiplied by X plus 2X. X plus 2X is 3X, and 4 times 3X is 12X. And X plus Y is equal to 12X, solving for Y, The x comes over the equal sign, becomes minus x, and 12x minus x is 11x. So y is equal to 11x. So b less a is 11x. Now for the next part, there's two ways you can do it. So I'm going to show you this method, which is a little bit shorter, and then on the next slide I'm going to show you another method, but both ways will work. So the probability of A union B is 0.7, that was given in the question. Now A union B is all the elements in set A and all the elements in set B. So we're going to add them together. So 2x plus y, which is actually 11x, should be equal to 0.7. So 2x plus x plus 11x equals 0.7. 2x plus x plus 11x is 14x. And 0.7 divided by 14 is 0.05. So x is 0.05, so the intersection is 0.05. So the probability of b less a is 11x. So we got y to be 11x. And if x is 0.05, then 11 times 0.05 is 0.55. So the probability of b less a is 0.55. Now, a slightly different way of doing it. Draw out the same Venn diagram. All these steps are the same. We still get y is equal to 11x. So the probability of A union B is equal to 0.7. So if you don't want to just add the three parts together, so adding up all the parts of the union, then you can use this formula. It's just a little bit longer. So the probability of A union B is the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A intersection B. So it's the probability of A, set A, plus the probability of B, set B, and then you subtract one intersection. So the probability of A is 2x plus x. The probability of B is x plus y. And then minus the probability of the intersection, so just minus the x. And again equal to 0.7. 2x plus x is 3x. X plus y, well, y we know is 11x. And what's going to happen to this x and this minus x is they are going to cancel. So we just bring down 11x there in place of the y, and that's all equal to 0.7. So 3x plus 11x is 14x. 14x equals 0.7. Dividing across by 14, we still get x to be 0.05. So then b less a is 11x, so y is 11x. And swapping the x for 0.05, 11 times 0.05 is 0.55. So we get the same answer.